How do you make money for nothing? The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
Just before you throw it away, would it be possible to have a quick look at it?
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I am a passionate buyer, user and renovator of second-hand stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I turn old into new and I sell it for a profit.
Sarah's ready to sift through as many boots and bin bags as she needs to.
That's vintage gold, isn't it? It's really exciting.
In her search for tip treasure.
I love it.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers,
what are we going to do with that?
Oh no!
she can transform her finds into desirable,
Amazing.
beautiful, valuable,
Cha-ching.
and hopefully saleable items.
That's £80 profit.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's unbelievable.
Today, Sarah's at Merchants Way Recycling Centre in Walsaw, about 10 miles outside Birmingham, and there's a whole lot of dumping going on. Although much of what we throw away each year could have a newfound purpose.
It's so busy here today, and I know that there are fabulous things coming in. All I've got to do is find them before they get dumped.
Sarah's search has been given the thumbs up by the local council, so don't think this is an invitation to start raiding skips in your local tip.
That's not rubble, what's that?
It's an old tripod. Belongs to my dad a very long time ago.
It's amazing what you find amongst the rubble.
Sarah's not going to quit until she's got her hands on 3 items which, once repurposed, can be sold at a profit, meaning a potential pocket full of cash for their original owner.
They're being thrown out.
But some people are more happy to see their things gone for good.
My other half is on holiday and he doesn't know I'm getting rid of all this. He comes back tomorrow.
Luckily, Sarah's found Don, whose other half is more than happy to get rid of their old furniture.
Her indoors doesn't want it.
Really?
It's got threadbare and it's worn, isn't it? And the cat's been at it. It's all been scratched to death. And this is how it is. No one wants old furniture. You just have to chuck it out.
Well, I'll tell you who might want it. Me.
Oh, you can have it if you like.
Because it's got a certain something about it that is now quite popular with people because of its retro styling, because of those little wooden armrests.
You say to that to my wife.
Well,
She'll laugh at it.
it doesn't fit into everybody's home,
Yeah.
but this is the kind of thing that I'm up here looking for, hoping to give a new lease of life to.
Well, there's a great big bucket full of broken glass here when the window broke in the storm the other week. Do you want that as well?
She'll be fine with the chair, thanks, Don. Stick your glass in the rubble skip, because glass is made of sand, you know.
This looks so brown, it's so old-fashioned now. It's going to look amazing.
You hear that, Don? Amazing.
You can cover them if you really want to, but people don't tend to do that these days. New stuff is so cheap, relatively. They'll go and buy, they just go and buy another one.
Sarah has her first fabulous find. So what are her plans for this big brown beast?
It's brown, it's a bit dirty, and at first glance you probably think that this is in exactly the right place here. But actually, I think this has huge potential. This is teetering on the brink of being a very trendy style, and I think with a new cover, some exciting fabric on it, it's going to look $1 million.
And Don's old scratching post is destined for Anthony Devine and his Ministry of Upholstery, no less. Mancunian Anthony is a passionate upholsterer who loves to combine the experimental with traditional techniques. And he supplied furniture for the likes of Harvey Nicks and the QE2, no less.
I like to explore other things than what a traditional upholstery would do. So I would use digital fabrics. I like to mix like kind of screen printing and printing your own fabrics. Yeah, I like to explore opportunities.
Which is good news, because Sarah has your next big opportunity lined up. Your next big brown opportunity. Sarah's seeking out her second item, and she has a spring in her step.
I love you.
What's that?
I love you for you, Trish.
Here, I'll do the jokes, thanks. And to put an even bigger smile on Sarah's face is Bob and his boot full of metal. Thanks to Bob, Sarah has her second item to renovate.
Just before you throw everything away, tell me what you're doing here today and where this has all come from.
A rotting garage.
I love the look of the metal. I know it's rusty and it's old, but there's something about this sort of stuff. Is this some sort of old drill fitting or something?
Yeah, exactly. The drill goes in there. It's a drill press.
But it's not working anymore. No. Do you know something? That doesn't matter to me. I love the fact that it's got some writing on it and it's really chunky. This is really exciting for me.
It's at least 40 years old.
That's why I like it so much, because they don't make them like this anymore, do they? That's really cool. If I could take that away, I'd be so chuffed. If I make something out of a drill thing, would it be okay to come and show you what I've done?
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much for that. I absolutely love this.
So what does Bob think of Sarah's scavenging?
I have no idea what you could use it for. It's a difficult shape to work with. It's large, it's heavy. You'll prop a door open with it, but that's all I could think of.
I'm so excited to have found this. I absolutely love it. This beautiful retro styling, the lettering, all the colour of the paint that's left on here. It's a really interesting piece and it'll look great as an interior design lighting feature.
Bye.
Thanks to Bob the Builder, Sarah has her second item to renovate. But she'll need help. Luckily, she has just the right man for the job. Say hello to the Rag and Bone Man, aka Paul Furbank. Launched during the London Design Festival in 2011, the Rag and Bone Man brand is best known for creating high-end interiors from salvaged heavy machinery.
Normally we're working with, say, aircraft components or vintage motorcycle components, things that are really well made. I think people don't often throw metal away because it's worth some money and you can take it to a scrapyard. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what somebody has taken down to the tip. Hopefully it's not a shopping trolley.
Paul will be happy to hear it's not a shopping trolley, but I can't imagine he'll be much happier once he sees the rusty drill press. So, with two items safely stowed away for Anthony and Paul, Sarah now has to find something she can sink her own teeth into.
So much going on, I don't know where to start. Look at them, they're queuing up round the block. Every time I look in the back, I have to see, is there something I like?
Well, Sarah might like the look of what Les has in his boot.
Just being nosy. I'm just wondering if those wood blocks would make chopping boards. What do you think? I think they would.
Better watch out for the guard dog, though.
Who's your friend? Hello.
That's Gracie.
What's the wood from?
This is wood I use for my wood burner, but I make things out of them, see.
Really, what do you make out of them?
Well, anything.
How many have you got? Come on, let's see.
It'll be about 8, I think.
Are you sure you've got more? You don't mind sparing them?
No, no.
I'm such a scavenger.
Yeah.
Are you a woodworker, or have you got the right tools?
I just make little things.
What have you made out of them?
Well, I make a lot of signs for the caravan club.
Okay. I feel really embarrassed taking them, but if I do manage to make something...
Look, I wouldn't give you them if I needed them.
Well, you're very sweet.
I think Gracie approves. Sarah reckons these timber cut-offs could make adorable little chopping boards. Do you think she can do it, Les?
I'm the clue. I don't know her skills. Clearly she's got some. She sees something in them to have them off me. It was that, caravan or the fire. So she creates something, which it is created, Good luck to her.
There are 8 or so chunks of these fat little bits of flooring joist, and I think I've got a plan for them. You know when you cut up the lemon that goes in your gin and tonic and it tastes of garlic because you've used the wrong board? Well, these are going to be beautiful, bespoke lemon boards for your drinks cabinet.
Sarah's 3-piece treasure hunt is complete. Anthony will dream up something dazzling for Don's armchair. Paul will devise a new use for Bob's drill. And Sarah will be slicing up lemons in no time with Les's blocks.
It's been a really good day here today. The people of Walsaw have been brilliant, and in between the bin bags and the garden waste, I found 3 really excellent things, and I know I can turn them into hard cash.
Sarah's first stop is cool, happening Manchester. It's alive with established and emerging designers and artists. Sarah's taking Don's brown lumpen chair to furniture maker Anthony Devine. Anthony creates bespoke, handmade, upholstered pieces that are a world away from what Sarah's bringing him.
Sarah's coming today. It's never just a simple footstool or just a simple dining chair. There's always kind of something big and ambitious.
Anthony!
Oh, hello.
Hiya!
Are you well? Do you want a hand?
I'd love a hand. Look, how cool's this?
Very nice. No, it is. It's actually really nice. Right. Talk me through it then.
It's not really being done any favours with the brown draylon, but I thought it was actually really... Oh, don't break it already.
Sorry.
Steady on, Anthony.
I thought that it could be absolutely bang on trend and looking really cool.
Yes.
And so I brought it to you.
Yes. Well, this is the kind of thing that's kind of fetching big money at the moment. It's nice.
I didn't know whether we should cover it in blocks of fabric rather than a pattern fabric, so you could really see the structure of the chair and the way it was designed. But I know you're dealing with this stuff all the time, so I'm all ears to hear what you've got to say.
We're using some great fabrics from Guatemala, of all places.
Really?
All hand woven, and I think it would look amazing on this chair.
Hand-woven Guatemalan fabrics? That's exactly what I had in mind. Uncanny.
Oh, wow.
This is 1 metre by 50, and it takes over a month to produce.
Do you know something? That's going to be so out of my budget you wouldn't believe.
Well, I was thinking we can put this part here, then these, and then this. Possibly that way or the other way around.
This is a bit controversial, Kate. I'm slightly worried that if we put all this on here, and I was hoping to keep the wood exposed, we might end up where we don't actually see the shape of the chair.
The patterns certainly are eye-catching, but is there such a thing as too eye-catching? Why don't you move them all about the place, Anthony? Maybe that will change her mind.
I think that will work.
I'm not sure she's 100% convinced. It's a big money gamble with such pricey fabric.
What am I looking at to get this whole thing done, including the fabric?
We're going to be around, you know...
Spit it out.
Dare I say the £800 mark.
800 quid?
It's a big commitment for me to spend
I know.
800 quid on something I found
I
at a
know.
tip, but you've talked me around and I think that we're going to see something just amazing.
Are you staying to help me then?
Not a chance. Nice to see you. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, every time.
Don't go slacking. I think we got there in the end, didn't we? I'm hoping that that combination of fabrics and that shape of that chair really come together. But whatever happens, I'm spending £800. It's got to look fantastic, and I hope to make a little bit of profit.
I dread the times that she turns up, but she always leaves me with more work. But I like this one. Lots of potential.
So, for a whopping £800 to produce, Sarah's going to have to sell it for a small fortune. Next up, Sarah is off to Margate in Kent, which is rapidly becoming a hotspot for all things upcycled and vintage. As a result, there is a thriving community of artisan craftspeople living and working here. And Sarah knows just the right one to transform her rusty drill press into something saleable. It's Paul.
Hello. Hiya, how are you?
Not too bad. Just what have you got here?
Oh, a little something. Should I hand it over to you? It's
Yeah,
really
let me
heavy.
take
It's
that off
really
you.
heavy. Let me have that bit. How are things?
Yeah, good.
Paul should be feeling good. He specialises in transforming old rusty machines, and you don't get rustier than that.
I can't believe somebody's actually thrown this away.
It looks so cool with the cha-ching kind of handle.
Yeah. I'm sure we can get that to move.
Really, because I had a few ideas. I mean, when the first time I saw it, I thought, you know, it's kind of ice cream, coffee machine. There's something about it that has that kind of American diner sort of feeling.
It would probably take us a little while to kind of strip it down and actually get it all moving again. It'd be quite cool to turn it into some kind of like a wine bottle opener or something like that. I mean, this will obviously come up and down if I can get the mechanism free and get it moving. You could do something like that, but
It would be great to sell it into a commercial setting.
okay.
And it looks something like it would look good on a bar or something that along those lines.
What about a nutcracker or something like that? Something really simple.
Love it. That's a really cool idea.
So you kind of buy your pot of nuts from the bar or whatever, and matey says, oh, you know, welcome to the crusher, and you can kind of pick what flavour you want and crush away. We could, you know, try something like that.
You know, even if it was 5, a little handful of them that you could cha-ching in there.
Sarah's got cha-ching on the brain today, and so she should. To produce a nutcracker out of the drill will cost upwards of £300, so she'll have to find a buyer with plenty cha-ching to make it worthwhile.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
Got your work cut out. Look forward to some beer and some nuts very soon. Every so often you come across somebody who just blows you away with the ideas they come up with and the creativity, and Paul is just like that. I am so excited about what he's got planned for that drill bit, and I just can't wait to see that nut crusher. It's going to be amazing.
It certainly will be amazing. Sarah's not getting it for peanuts. With Paul's labour and materials estimated at £300, let's hope it's just the nuts getting squeezed and not the profit margin. From marvellous Margate to stunning Sussex and the barn where Sarah is about to start her own project. She rescued a pile of anonymous-looking wooden blocks and has a nifty new use in mind for them.
So these I want to make into chubby little lemon-shaped chopping boards. I'd like to cut them out into a really sweet little lemon shape, and these are going to be for when you have that gin and tonic at the end of the day, when you sit down and you take a sip and you can taste garlic on the lemon because you cut it on the wrong board. These are just to go in your bar. These are just for cutting up your lemons.
You're right, Sarah. I've never been keen on gin and garlic.
So I'm just going to sketch out a rough sort of lemon shape.
That looks lovely and lemony to me, Sarah.
I made one of these for my grandparents when I was about 10. They quite liked gin and tonic.
Your grandparents were fond of the gin. Should you be telling us this? Sarah now carefully cuts out her lemon using a jigsaw for accuracy.
So I'm going to sand off the whole outer layer of the wood so that it's all clean, and then I'm going to use some olive oil just to seal it, and that should be fine.
There are lots of safety considerations when thinking about allowing recycled wood to be used with food. If you're unsure, then pop a suitable liner between your board and the food. And if in doubt, leave it to a professional.
You have to hold it to really like this because it feels amazing. It's like suede or something. It's really smooth. And I think it looks kind of lemony, doesn't it? So I'm pleased with that. Just another 6 more to go.
Sarah's not charging for her own time or her olive oil, so there's been nothing spent, but a lot could be gained. Back in Manchester, Anthony's stripping back the retro brown chair and uncovering about 50 years worth of dirt. Ugh.
Thank you, Sarah.
I hope he washes his hands, because Anthony's handling the very pricey Guatemalan fabric. Many textiles from this region originate from ancient Mayan culture, so it was an obvious choice, eh, Anthony?
It would be easily to just be able to put like a kind of a nice wool or a nice felt on there, just kind of really blocky colour. Given this opportunity, we wanted to just have a little play around with something new.
Anthony's upholstering one arm of the chair as a guide to work out how to arrange the other fabrics. And if I remember right, Sarah wasn't totally convinced with his plan.
There was a lot to discuss on the day when Sarah came round. I know she was quite interested in keeping it quite defined.
More defined. That should be easy.
If that goes in there, what do we think of these colours? Like, does it affect your eyes too much?
Having this there takes it away from that, I think. Like you were saying, less is more sometimes.
Yeah, I think more is more on this one. What I'm thinking now, this is a centre, a thinner stripe of that down there. Option number 2.
Pretty soon, all of Anthony's upholstery students want to give their 2 cents worth.
It's just a bit busy.
It goes better vertically.
Something like that. That's your focal point for me.
How many upholsterers does it take to choose a fabric?
Well said. Why don't you leave the hard stuff till later and get on rebuilding the insides? Anthony stitches and staples Hessian material on the rest of the chair.
We're going to stitch this in.
It gives him a strong base to work from and prevents the luxurious fabric catching on a spring unit. Anthony attaches much-needed padding to the hard wooden frame using an air-driven staple gun. And on top of that, a nice fluffy cloud.
So after the foam, we use this wadding, and basically what that does is help take the friction and help the fabric glide over your fabric better.
Once all the material is on, Anthony will apply a fire retardant spray. This will bring it up to code with current fire standards.
This is just a little bit of dark wax, and I'm just going to apply it over the front of the arm just before we put the fabric on, so we don't run the risk of getting wax on the fabric, which would be a nightmare.
Upholstering a chair from scratch is a very skilled and time-consuming process. And Anthony's not even decided on the fabric yet, so it might be a long night. Back in Margate, Paul has been working on the new designer Nutcracker. But after dismantling the old drill press, he's discovered a major problem.
To actually make the whole thing food safe, I kind of realised that where the carriage is sliding up and down, it needs to be oiled. There will always be kind of traces of steel and oil very close to food, and I think to actually make it food safe is maybe going to push the budget way over. So I'm now actually thinking that we redesign it and turn it into a lamp. I hope Sarah's all right with it, but that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment.
Sarah did love that Nutcracker idea, but if you run the risk of getting oily nuts, probably best not to bother. So what's your plan for the lamp?
What we'll actually end up with, we're going to end up with this coming out and then coming back on itself, something like that. If we add the fire extinguisher, if that gets added here, but then the whole thing's back over there, if I'm making sense.
Wait a minute, fire extinguisher?
I've been cutting these for years, and that, as you can see, was a fire extinguisher, but when you've put a nice cut on it and that's polished, and it becomes a lampshade, it's actually quite hard to tell that it was a fire extinguisher in the past. So it's nice. It makes a great lampshade.
If you say so. Paul's biggest challenge with the new design is creating the angle on the post for the light to sit on. To do that, he's going to have to try and cut that solid iron bar.
Here goes.
Paul's using a circular saw. It gets very sparky, so if you're cutting your own drill press at home, remember, goggles. Having successfully made a V-cut in the bar, it's now time to see if it will bend.
Fingers crossed there's enough of that, so I should just be able to bend this back and... It's got a square cut, actually.
Go on, Paul, put some welly into it. Good job, sir. After Paul welds the joint together, he can get on with the drilling, screwing, chiseling, and whatever that is. And after all that, what do you reckon, Paul? Is it going to work?
It is coming together. It's all so well made. I mean, as a lamp, you'd pretty much be able to throw that on the floor. It shouldn't break. Compared to modern day lamps, that's quite cool. You'll easily get 100 years out of it, give or take a light bulb or two.
With the design set, all Paul needs to do is get the light fitting sorted, polished up, and pray that Sarah didn't have her heart set on that Nutcracker. Back at the barn, Sarah's sanding her last lemon-shaped chopping block. Sarah took 7 sorry lumps of pine and created 7 sweet citrus-shaped lovely lemon chopping balls. With a silky smooth finish sealed with luscious olive oil.
I have really enjoyed making these, and they're a simple project. They're approachable if you want to have a go at home. You've got a piece of wood that you can sand on all sides and just a saw to cut out a shape. It's a really fun thing to do. And you get the added bonus that now I have to go and test drive it to make sure it works. So I'm off to find something that needs a lemon putting in it.
Sarah's success is measured in sales, and she always seeks out the best opportunities to maximise profits. Hosting regularly her own furniture and clothing sales from home,
Just sold the sofa.
advertising and selling online,
Get that online.
or meeting commercial buyers in person to sell direct.
Seeing this is really refreshing, and it's good, and people are going to want more of it. It's going to grow, this thing, I think, that you're doing.
With opportunities galore in the things we throw out, Sarah's always looking to make money for nothing. Back at the dump,
Really interesting. You sure?
Bob's wooden blocks almost went up in smoke.
It was that caravan or the fire. So she creates something, which it is created. Good luck to her.
Sarah transformed them into a set of sensational citrus fruit-shaped chopping balls. In the hope of making a juicy profit, Sarah visited her local watering holes to sell her lemon slicing balls.
Do you fancy one?
Yeah, definitely.
All you've got to do, have a good look at them because they feel really nice. Have it, and just make me an offer. Anything over £5, and I'm probably going to say yes.
So, 15?
Amazing.
Happy?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Definitely.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Nice one.
She is now back in Walsaw to see Les to hand over the cash and to show him what became of his wood blocks.
Hello. Hi, Les. Hi, it's Sarah from the Tip.
Nice to see you again.
How are you?
I'm fine, yes.
Wow, you've got a lot going on here.
An awful lot going on here, yes, and more to do, as you can see.
I remember when you came to the Tip, I took 2 different types of wood away from you.
Yes.
One was some little blocks I think you were going to use that were leftover flooring bits.
Yes.
And I had a look at those, and I didn't think I could do anything with those.
Not really,
But
no,
those
I
big
didn't.
chunks, I think, did you say you were going to use them for blocking up the caravan?
We
or
do, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they were really cool. So shall I show you what I did with them?
Go on, fire
Did you
away.
have any ideas when I took them away?
None at all.
Okay, well, I made them into little chopping boards you can use for cutting up your lemon on. What do you reckon?
I think they're fantastic.
I managed to get, I think, 6 out of the chunks of wood that you you dropped off. So I made them into 6 little boards.
Very substantial wood, you say, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was nice. So they're
Ideal for the job.
really chunky.
Yeah, lovely. It's great.
And then I thought, having made them, I thought I've got to take them somewhere to try and sell them. So I've been round all the local pubs. Now have one of your chopping boards on their bar to cut their lemons up on. I just said to the guys there, anything over £5 I'm going to be really happy with. And so different people in the pubs bid me, and actually all together we managed to sell your boards for £60. So I bought that back for you.
Oh dear, no.
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 No, do you know something?
Don't.
No, let me explain.
You can explain as much as you like. I'm sure you know a charity you could give that to.
Well, do you know something? This is money for nothing because it was made out of nothing, and we bought it back for you. We'd love you to take it if you'd like to give it to a charity. That's absolutely lovely.
I certainly will be able to do that, and I will do that.
If you'd like to give it to charity, that's great.
Thank you so much.
If you'd like to spend it and think about...
Truly touched.
Oh, that's so sweet. Les, it was really lovely to see you again, and nice to see all the bits that you're getting on with here.
Yes, sure. Yes.
Take care, and I hope to see
much.
you in Sussex in a pub very soon.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
All that was involved in the making of the lemon chopping boards was some elbow grease. Sarah managed to sell them for £60, making it all profit.
I think they're absolutely fantastic what she's done with them. I mean, I've always wondered what on earth she could make out of them, because to me they're scrap. But what she's done is absolutely fantastic. I think possibly there could be a chance that I shall be having a go myself.
Back in Manchester, Anthony's waiting on Sarah to pick up the renovated brown chair. They didn't see eye to eye on the fabric, so Anthony's dying to find out what Sarah thinks of the finished product.
In the past, she's always had a really good reaction to my work, so I would very much think it'd be exactly the same. So yeah, quite looking forward to it.
I left Anthony with the brown chair challenge. Really knackered, not attractive, and definitely looking past its best. I'm hoping that with his 2,000-year-old styled fabric and all of his creativity, he's managed to make it look fantastic.
Before, this unremarkable brown chair was dreary, dull and down in the dumps. Now it's been radically transformed. Anthony has pulled out all the stops to give this chair a striking personality and a quality finish. Contrasting geometric designs on lush hand-woven fabrics ensures this chair doesn't just stand out from the crowd, it demands to sit centre stage. But what will Sarah think?
Hello, you all right? I'm really well. How are you doing? What are we doing? High-fiving? Are we... You're so intense.
Ta-da!
Never. Where's my brown chair gone? What have you done with it?
This is the new look brown chair. Blue is the new brown.
It's amazing that just the look of it.
It almost killed me.
Are you telling me that there were problems along the way?
Not so much problems, but challenges. We had a few kind of design changes along the way, but we thought that would kind of give it more of a modern look to it.
And so talk me through this, because that's quite a bold stripe down the back, isn't it?
Where the fabric originates from, it's all about kind of colour and intense colour. It's going to be the right customer will literally just fall in love with it, and it'll be just, there's no hard sell involved in this. It's just walk up, I love it, I'll have it.
And to feel it, it's like patting a really nice dog, isn't it? It's really, that's a good thing. It looks great. Is it comfortable?
To be honest, I've not sat in it yet.
Should we have a go?
Well, it seems Anthony's turned Sarah round with his Mayan masterpiece. It's bolder than she expected, but it's not the end of the world.
It's really comfortable. Really cool. Go on, have a pew.
Put your feet up, Anthony. You deserve it.
After a late night in the workshop, it's nice to be able to sit in something comfy.
All right, don't get too comfy. Let's get down to business and that £800 budget.
It did take a long time, but we're still on budget.
Really?
Just.
I think it looks absolutely lovely. Really cool.
For £800, I would hope it looks cool, but Sarah now has to find a buyer who agrees. Back at the dump, Don's dilapidated armchair was destined to be ditched, as Mrs. Don deemed it a disaster area.
Her indoors doesn't want it.
Really?
And the cat's been at it, it's all been scratched to death.
But Sarah saw it could be something special if left in the skilled hands of Anthony Devine. Sarah sold the chair to Smithers of Stamford, who specialise in vintage and retro pieces.
It's original, and you can see that it's handmade, can't you?
Love all the colours in it, all the different colours. I don't think it'll be on the website for long.
No.
And she's back in Walsaw to show Don what became of his armchair and hopefully hand over some cash.
Hello there.
Hi, Don. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, really well, really well. I've got a few things to talk about with your old chair.
Oh, right.
Now, I
Brilliant.
remember when you were throwing it out, I think you said your wife didn't like it anymore. Is that right?
That's about it, yes.
I've got some pictures of it, how it ended up, and I just
Right.
wondered if you think that she'd give it house room the way it ended up here. What do you think?
Oh, my goodness me. Right.
Does it look like your chair?
Yes, I can recognise it, but yes, you've done a brilliant job. If that came back here, you'd want all the room decorating to match it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look at that.
It went off to an amazing upholstery studio in Manchester.
Right.
And the guy there stripped back every single part of it. It was just a frame, and it was a really lovely wooden frame. And it's got some beautiful hand-woven fabric
I
on
was
it.
looking at that, yeah.
To do something like that is not cheap, so I can understand why people throw things away. It cost £800
Did it really?
to restore it to its former glory, or to give it a new lease
Is the
of
bill
life.
coming here?
Not that bill, actually.
Oh no, that's all right.
And yeah, well, actually, it cost £800, but I have managed to sell it.
Oh, brilliant.
And at a profit. And
Yeah.
part of the reason I'm here today is to give you £120
Oh,
because
gosh,
that's how much we raised from the profits from it. So that's
gosh,
all for you.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks very much.
Lovely.
I wasn't expecting anything.
Anthony charged £800 for his labour and that handmade Guatemalan fabric. Sarah sold the chair for £920, making a tidy profit of £120 for Don.
So is there anything on your list that you need to spend £120 on?
Well, yes. There's the. I've just had to buy a new tyre for the Land Rover, and they're quite expensive now because they're special.
Yeah.
So that it'll go very nicely towards that. And thank you very much for that. Yeah.
Lovely to see you again.
Okay.
And,
Thank you. Thank you very
yeah,
much.
enjoy your Land Rover proceeds.
Yes. All right.
Take care.
I'll do that. Right. Well, thanks very much indeed.
So while Don counts his cash, Paul is making the finishing touches to the drill press turned lamp. The only thing is, it's nothing like what Sarah asked him to make.
It is an absolutely cracking day here in Margate today, and I can't wait to see what Paul has done with our drill press. It was quite a tall order. I'm hoping he's made the Nutcracker to end all nutcrackers.
When she dropped it off, the old drill press was in a sorry state. But Sarah and Paul were convinced they could turn it into a designer nutcracker. However, Paul has totally transformed the rusty drill press into a shiny and stylish contemporary lamp. By modifying the stand, adding a Ferrari gear shifter to the handle and a repurposed fire extinguisher for the shade, Paul has created an incredibly bold designer piece. The question is, will the unexpected lamp do Sarah's nut, or will it light up her life?
Hiya. How are you? Is that it?
Yeah, it's hidden. How you doing?
I'm really well. How are things?
Good.
How was it?
OK, Paul, it's time to come clean about the lamp. Good luck, mate.
Is that it?
That's it, yeah. It's not quite what you think it was going to be.
But it is what it is.
So what happened? Was it difficult to make? What was the? Well, shall I just see? What is it? Let's see.
Let's just go for it.
Oh my word!
So it isn't quite, as you can see, it's a lamp, but
I absolutely love it.
Oh, thank goodness.
it wasn't quite what I was thinking. I was quite excited about making a Nutcracker because I've never made anything quite like that before.
Forget the Nutcracker. I mean,
Okay.
that is sweet. It is amazing. Does it move?
It does move. So there's a little lever on the side that kind
Yeah.
of fixes it in position, and then you've got some height adjustability on that.
I think it looks amazing, and I can't wait to see it turned on and stuck on a desk. And can we try it?
We can turn it on.
Oh, it's a beautiful filament bulb as well, isn't it? I think you have just transformed it. That was a rusty, seized, industrial but pretty hideous piece of kit when it arrived here, and what you've transformed it into is a designer piece of fantasticness. And I'm going to have to think really carefully about where I go and sell it and make sure I hit the right mark with it, because I think it's one
Somebody with a large desk, I think.
big desk and hopefully a big wallet.
Yeah. Cool.
Back at the dump, Bob was hard-pressed to think of a use for his old drill press.
I've no idea what we could use it for. It's a difficult shape to work with. You can prop a door open with it, but that's all I could think of.
But it lit up the imagination of the rag and bone man, and now its future looks bright. Sarah gave Martin of the old cinema first look at the lamp.
He's matched the cord, he's brought out the red, he's got some dull and he's got some shiny, and that's good. It's just a nice mix of textures. I like it.
Martin bought it to add to his collection in his London shop. The rag and bone man charged £350 for the table lamp. It was sold for £450, making a profit, obviously, of £100 for Bob.
So the good news is I've sold that fantastic light that the rag and bone man made out of that old drill stand, and I've made £100 profit. But Bob doesn't want the money, so I'm going to give it to children in need.
Sarah saved 3 items from their demise at the dump. The timber cut-offs are now pride of place in pubs across Sussex. The old brown bedraggled chair is now a stylish and striking armchair. And the rusty drill press has been thrust into the limelight as a top-notch table lamp.
So we've given a whole new lease of life to some blocks of wood, a drill stand and an old chair, and turned a profit too. Maybe next time I'll see you at your tip and make some money for you.